universe, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you are happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today we are looking at what energy shifts are coming through in 2024 that will affect you. Now, new year always brings new energies. Energies are always shifting. So in this reading we are going to see how the energies of 2024 and the energetic shifts in 2024 are going to be affecting you. And you have 3 piles to choose from, or 3 cards to choose from for today. So the first group, we have this card called the Box. This is what your card looks like. Then for the second group, we have this card called the Starborn. This is what your card looks like. The energy feels quite promising. It's quite intense for some of you. And then for the third group, we have this beautiful card called the Temple. I'm so excited for this reading. So you can go ahead and pick your piles and skip to your reading if that is what you want. I'm going to go ahead with the prayer, a small prayer ritual that I always do before all of my readings. So I'm going to go ahead with that. If you want to stay with me, that would be great. But if you just want to listen to the reading, then the timestamps will be in the description and you can directly click and skip to your pile. Right off the bat, I'm getting that whoever is watching this prayer and whoever has clicked on this reading, 2024 is kind of going to be like a cleansing year of sorts. I just feel like if 2023 was not a good year, or it was not like your best year, and there were a lot of transformations and death moments, ego deaths that were happening, and obviously that is a painful experience. I just feel like 2024 is all about clearing. Like, I'm literally seeing like a path being cleared for you. So that's the very first thing that your spirit guides are saying. I didn't even ask to be tapped into your spirit guides, and they are already here. They are already giving me messages. So I feel like we're not going to have a lot of issues trying to pull messages, because I feel like this reading is going to be clear and concise and be able to give you clarity. So, but I still want to begin this prayer by sending a lot of love and gratitude to your spirit guides, angels, ancestors. I want to start off by thanking my soul family for being part of my journey, for being a part of my life, for becoming such an integral part of my life. I want to thank each and every soul, each and every one of you that has ever clicked on any reading and you have shared your energy with me. I love you guys so much, and I'm so honored that I get to do these readings for you. I'm feeling a lot of excitement, and hopefully if 2023 was a lot about shadow work and you dealing with your inner wounds and speaking to your inner child and uncovering a lot of hidden shadows and unconscious truths, then this year is all about clearing and stepping into the beautiful unknown. What this journey holds for you is something tremendous and beautiful. And I'm here to help you. Your spirit guides are here to help you to bring in this new change, to bring in all of the new manifestations, to bring in a new energies, a breath of fresh air for those of you that are feeling trapped or worried or anxious. It's a new year, and there is always the opportunity to just be a new you. So forget about all of the mistakes that you have made, or if you've had less than a perfect 2023, then keep it behind. The past belongs to the past. The past does not belong to the present. So leave it behind. It's okay for you to do that, and for you to step into this new energy with a new mind, a new identity, new you. It's okay for you to do that. You can decide to change your habits. You can decide to change anything that doesn't work for you, and you can choose to leave it behind. You have the power to do that, because at the end of the day, this life is yours. And it's a gift from Spirit for you to make the best of what you can do and to be the best version of yourselves. I feel like a lot of you that are watching this prayer and watching this reading, you guys are finally stepping into like the best versions of yourself. I feel like up until 2023, maybe you were at the 9th step, and finally in 2024, you will be stepping into the 10th step, or the final step, or the final stage of your journey. There's something about a completion. Spirit, I ask for you to cleanse all of this energy in this room. Please cleanse all of the energy in this room. Please cleanse the energy of my pile number 1, 2, and 3. Please cleanse the energy of my pile number 1, 2, and 3. May all of the energies of worry and anxiety leave you. Take a breath in and gently breathe it out. Relax and relax. And as you breathe out, feel your anxiety and worry leaving your body. Feel the tension melting away. Breathe in slowly, relax, no forceful breaths, and breathe out. Breathe in the new energy that 2024 has to bring for you, all of the good and new energy. And slowly allow the energy of 2023 of the past to exit you. Your energy now has space for new breakthroughs and new ideas. May all of these come to you at the right time. May you effortlessly begin this new journey. I have in my mind an idea to do 2 readings, like a part 1 and part 2, where one reading will be dedicated to 2023 and it will be called Endings. So Endings, 2023. And then in that reading we will explore just in detail what endings were there for you. I'm sure you already know, but we're going to be looking at all of the emotional patterns, psychological patterns, and what is ending. We think of endings as something bad, but if you are in a toxic relationship or exposed to something toxic, you want to know when it's going to end, right? Like you're waiting to know when it's going to end. So that reading is going to be dedicated to all of the endings that were there in 2023. And then there will be a part 2 which will be called 2024 : Beginnings. So let me know if you guys want me to do that reading, because I feel like it's an interesting idea, and 2023 was not a good year for a lot of people, and maybe some of us were surprised by what happened. At least for me, I feel like there were a lot of plot twists, and yeah, that could be the energy that the collective was also facing. So yeah, just as an honor to your year, to your time, and to everything that ended, to even if the year wasn't as great as we wanted it to be. As we welcome the new year and all of the new shifts that 2024 will bring us and is bringing us, I'm sending you my love, I'm sending you my light. And as I close this prayer, I would like to thank each one of you, and I would like to ask Spirit for their protection. And now I will see you at your reading. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 1, you chose this beautiful card called the Box. I'm feeling that some of you could have been feeling trapped in your past, or there was a situation that made you feel like there was nothing you could do to get out of it. I feel like I'm feeling a certain powerlessness, that you felt like you were stuck in a panic room. I just heard panic room, I don't know why. Like you're in a room with no windows and no doors, and you don't know where it's going, you don't know a way out, and you're kind of trapped in it. And I feel like 2024, the whole energy shift, there is an energy shift coming in. So I feel like you're going to either leave this box. I feel like you're going to leave this box-like situation that is making you feel like you're in a box. It's almost like you're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. What is this light? And what exactly is happening for you? Let's explore with your tarot cards. What is this light and what is happening for my pile number 1, please? Let's see, you have 7 of Wands. Yeah, I'm not surprised that this is coming out. There was someone that could have been trying to create a situation where you had to fight, you had to be in survival mode. And it's almost like when you're in survival mode, you cannot be connected to your heart at the same time, right? Because when you're focused on survival, that is when people do horrible things. When it's something like, okay, it's me against you and only one of us can live, then I'll kill you. And that's what a person in survival mode is gonna do. They're gonna try to survive, right? Even if they have to kill, which is why crime and murders and all these horrible things exist in the world. But for someone who was very connected to their heart, they're not going to be able to kill someone. They're not going to be able to murder someone. And I just feel like you are a very heart person. Like, you are a person who's connected to your heart very much. Even if you don't feel like you're connected to your heart, I feel like I see like a strong connection to, you have strong integrity, pile number 1. I feel like even if you are forced to be in a situation where, hypothetically, let's say, you know, God forbid, I don't want this to happen to you, but hypothetically, if someone tried to push you in a corner and forced you to do something that was extremely horrible towards the other person and you didn't want to, I feel like you're not going to want to do it. Now, in the past, maybe you did something like that was horrible, where you were forced to be in a situation and you had to do something like that. Spirit is saying, forgive yourself. Let the past remain in the past. It's okay for you to forgive yourself, because in the present, someone needs you. People around you need you, and there's someone who loves you that needs you. and you're not going to be able to be there for that person if you are constantly stuck in this energy that you were forced to be in. It was almost like there's someone who had this like a sort of a trickster energy. They wanted to take you out of your heart energy, you know, like the heart energy. To be in your heart energy is such a beautiful place to be. You're automatically going to be happy, you're going to not worry, you're not going to be anxious, you're going to be loving towards people. And because you radiate such a beautiful energy, the world is going to radiate that back to you, you know, like the world is going to reflect that back to you. And if someone is a hater around you, if someone doesn't like to see you happy, they're going to try to take you out of that happy energy, right? And I feel like this person is highly immature, could be younger than you, but I don't feel like for a lot of you this is by age. I feel like this person is just immature, like a reverse page is what the energy I'm feeling. And they want to take you out of your energy because they cannot stand that you're happy. They cannot stand that you are so free. You're such a free soul that you express yourself so freely. I feel like you used to be a happy person, but maybe you don't feel so connected to who you were in the past anymore. But I'm feeling that all versions of you are beautiful, but you need to forgive all of those versions of you that you built to survive. If you want to proceed, if you want to move forward into the energy of 2024, there's also a strong message about you taking the time to connect back with your inner child. Your inner child is closest to who you are, meaning your authenticity. So it is good if you would just take the time to do some inner child meditation. Let me know if you guys want me to do a separate dedicated reading for your inner child. I feel like that would be a good idea. That might be a healing experience. So let me know if you guys want that. And I'm seeing that this person didn't like you and they were kind of fighting you. They were trying to, because they themselves were in that bad energy, and somewhere you started to reflect that back to this person. Just, you know, seeing as these foxes are almost reminding me of the yin and yang a little bit, but that's not what Seven of Wands is about. But I just want to be true to the art of the artist that designed this deck. And I'm feeling that you're not an expert at fighting. So if that is not what you want to do, you can choose to give up. It's okay. You can choose to give up. That's a message that is coming through for you, pile number 1. Usually I would not say something like that, but Spirit said that, so I have to, tell you what Spirit is saying. So I'm not here to give you my advice. I'm only here to channel from Spirit. Wow, yes, we have the Hermit. For some reason, I'm getting a very good energy from this card. I thought it would be something negative, but that's not what it is. Now you see how there is a circle right here, right? And there are circles in the background. I see that you are finally ending this chapter for good. If you have seen a lot of tarot readings saying that, oh, this period is going to end, this period is going to end, it's ending for sure. You see how this person is standing right on top of this rock. It's just reminding me that you're going to be at top of your game, meaning that I feel like in 2024 you're going to become resilient in some way, or there's something about you blocking all bad energy in some way, or you're learning to just be protect your emotionality, protect your emotional sensitivity from people, and be like, okay, if someone is yelling at me, it's not about me. You're learning to not take things personally. And I feel like you're learning to take things step by step, and I feel like the more you learn to trust the universe, the more at ease you will be. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Like, you're winning at your life, you're winning at whatever you're going to take up. That's what I'm getting. You're winning, because I just keep being taken to how this person is kind of shining, and how there is like a star here behind this person, and also he's holding this lamp. So I feel like the path will be shown to you, the path will be lit up for you. And I did say the same thing for this card as well, right? Like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I feel like that is being emphasized because this Hermit card is coming out. Wow, so far I really love your cards, pile number 1. Now the next card, we have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely coming out of this, you know, energy of where people are fighting each other and people don't like each other very much. People, you know, don't have good intentions for each other. I'm getting that you are leaving that energy. You are definitely stepping into a newer energy, and this new energy of 2024 is going to bring in a lot of people. Specifically, I feel like you're meeting your soul family, or you're meeting your collective, your soul collective that you were put here on this earth to meet. Like, you're finally meeting people that are healthy for you. You're finally meeting people that love you for you, accept you for you. Now with this card, I want to say that I'm not seeing many romantic attachments so much, but I feel like you're not the kind of person who's obsessed with the idea of romance. I feel like because you've been betrayed a lot, maybe by your friends, or maybe bullied by your friends, or you had some sort of a past where you didn't have good people around you, good authority figures around you. And I feel like finally you're meeting people that love you. And you see how this person is just so much like at ease. She's not trying to run. She's not trying to go somewhere. You know, she's so much, she looks like she's in harmony with the energies of water specifically, because this is the 5 of Cups. And that's not what the 5 of Cups card talks about, but that's what I'm feeling from this artwork. So that is what I'm channeling for you, pile number 1. I feel like you finally learn to kind of master your sensitivity. And I'm not saying that you're controlling your sensitivity, but I feel like you finally see your sensitivity as a superpower. You finally see your empathy as sort of like a superpower, and you realize that you were not cursed, pile number 1. If you understand things deeply and you get affected by them deeply, that maybe that's something that you didn't like in the past, but I'm seeing that there's something about you accepting yourself, like accepting a part of you. Maybe it's your sensitivity, like I said, or maybe it's your empathy. It could be something else, but there's something about you kind of accepting your heart and being like, okay, I'm not the kind of person that enjoys hurting people, and I'm being forced to play this role where I hurt people, or I'm being pushed into a corner where I'm being forced to hurt people because this person is kind of provoking me, this person is instigating, you know, fights, and is extremely volatile and unstable. And it's like, Spirit, please give me a way out. And I see that you will be shown a way out, and you're going to step into this completely opposite energy where you're completely at ease. Nobody, you know, you're not going to feel like you have to fight all the time, or you have to be in that fight or flight mode all the time. You're going to just, your nervous system is being able to relax. I see that your nervous system is going to be able to relax in 2024. We have the Justice, but in reverse. Wow, look at this card, it's so beautiful. Yeah, those people are getting their karma. Those people are definitely getting their karma. The scales are shifting in your favor. The odds are in your favor. That's what I heard. The odds are in your favor. It's like there are beautiful things coming in for you, pile number 1, because, you know, you chose not to be a disgusting person like them. You know, you chose metaphorically not to kill or play a zero-sum game just to win. And that is why there are good things coming in for you. But things are going to go downhill for whatever, you know, whoever these people are that are in your life. Things are going to go downhill for them. And finally, we have the last. Wow, look at that. This is your last tarot card. Pile number 1. You have the Ace of Swords, and your pile number 1. Wow, there is such a, I feel like you're going to just be clear about so many things as you leave this past behind. When you make the choice to leave this behind, there's going to be so many breakthroughs coming through for you. I feel like you're finally going to be able to look at your past. Now, this is the thing, right? When we are being abused, or when we are in a situation where we don't like, or somebody is forcing us, like if a child grows up in a family where the parents are always fighting, the child doesn't know that that's not actually a normal environment for a child, right? That's not an environment that is conducive for the well-being of a child, emotionally, mentally, physically. And you don't know that when you're a child, but when you grow up, you can kind of look back at your past and be able to see the things objectively, right? And I feel like that's what's happening. Like, you're going to be able to see things objectively and be able to see that you are not responsible for whatever happened to you, and that if someone treated you badly, that's on them, you know, it's not on you, it's on them. And I feel like you're learning to not make it about you, or not take it personally, you know, not hold yourself responsible for something that you didn't do. Like, you're giving up guilt, you're giving up shame. And I feel like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. You're giving up guilt and you're giving up shame, and that is why you're going to be strong, because you're not going to be, people are not going to be able to control you, my dear pal number one. Why? Because you're giving up shame and you're giving up guilt. So it's like, even if somebody tried to make you feel bad about yourself, I feel like you're calling them out on their game and being like, yo, I see that you're trying to manipulate me and it's not going to work, so just don't, you know, just don't. Like, I feel like you're stepping into that kind of like extremely clear energy, like someone who calls people out and it's like, I know what you're trying to do, it's not gonna work, you know. That's what I'm seeing. Like, I'm seeing Spirit is showing me RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. You know how some people try to there was this interview where someone tried to put him down and kind of dig into his past, which is not very good, because he used to be a drug addict and an alcoholic or something. And just you know, he's not someone who has like a pretty past. And someone is trying to get to him and be like, oh, you know, what about this, do you want to talk about that? And he's like, no, I don't want to talk about that. And the interviewer is just kind of grilling him and trying to like provoke him and get him to say something that is scandalous, so he can, you know, publish it and sensationalize it. So it's like news, like, oh my god, RDJ flips out and this and that, and you know, stuff like that. And he doesn't give him the satisfaction, and he's like, are you done, and he straight up just leaves the interview. That's what he does. He straight up just leaves the interview. I don't think he sits there for even 5 minutes, right? And he just straight up, he looks at his publicist and he leaves the interview. And I thought that was so great, because, you know, we've all done things that we are not proud of, and that shouldn't be a thing that people try to control us by. And I feel like that's, you're stepping into your power and you're like, I'm not gonna let you make me feel like the bad person, you know, even if I've done bad things. And I feel like that's an okay choice for you to make, because we human beings are constantly in a state of evolution. So if you decide to be a different person today, pile number one, I want to congratulate you, and don't let these people get to you. Okay, so I want to see with these cards, this is the astrology deck, Heavenly Bodies astrology deck. So I want to see what areas of your life are being affected. Now, we did see, like, this was more like a psychological component. I want to see what actually, if there is any, what areas of your life are these energetic shifts going to be affecting. Okay, so we have 3 cards. The first card, we have Square, a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. I feel like this is not going to be easy, pile number one. You know how RDJ kind of just left that situation. As you listen to this reading, you might be thinking, well, I can't just do that. You know, I can't just leave my parents, I can't just leave my house, or I can't just leave this marriage. Like, it's not easy. I say that it's not easy, but I feel like at the end you're going to emerge victorious. So Spirit is kind of acknowledging that yes, it's not easy for you. We understand that, we see that, but that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Just because it's hard doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. You're doing the right thing by standing up for yourself, by choosing to take a stand for yourself. You're doing the right thing. Okay, so we have North Node, destined to have. I love this. Love this card. So beautiful. This dragon always reminds me of like the water dragon in Japanese mythologies, if you guys know about it. And the last card we have for you is the Moon. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. I feel like this is a direct message from Spirit to you. I feel like the way to make this situation less difficult, or to make this energetic shift, kind of transitioning into this energetic shift easier, is to give yourself love. So one thing you can do is to ask yourself, what would a person who loves themselves do? Right? You can ask that question to yourself. And if you are not able to figure out how a person who loves themselves would deal with the situation that you are in, start asking yourself, what feels authentic to me? What feels authentic to me? What do I want to say? And start being extremely honest. Like, before you're about to speak, just take a pause and ask yourself, what do I really want to say that I'm not going to say, that I'm holding back, and say that, you know. And I feel like it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. For some of you, I feel like you guys are going to manifest it to be easy, because, you know, at the end of the day, thoughts create reality. So you don't have to take this tarot reading like, okay, you know, she said it's going to be hard. That it doesn't mean that it's set in stone. You guys can make it so like, okay, this is easy. It's easy to love myself. I allow myself to love myself. I give myself the permission to love myself. You know, instead of affirmations, simple affirmations like I love myself, what you should say some things like, I give myself the permission to love me. I give myself the permission to be my first priority. I give myself permission to choose me. I give myself permission to leave this toxic situation, to leave this toxic group of people behind, and to move forward in life. I feel like these are some of the affirmations that might help you more than just saying I love me, because that, if you don't mean it, and you probably don't, if you don't love yourself, then it's not going to work for you, right? I feel like with the moon, there's something hidden from you, but I'm also getting that at this time you need to kind of mother yourself, like be your own mother. You know, if you had like a perfect loving mother, how would she treat you? And that's how you need to treat yourself, pile number 1. This is very important, because this is the last message that Spirit wanted to give you. And also, I want to say, everything that you're dreaming of, everything that you want to have, you're going to have, whether it's love, whether it's having a family, whether it's having a group of friends that truly genuinely love you, whether it's being out of a situation that makes you feel trapped, whether it's being free, whatever you want, it's coming in 2024. It's happening in 2024. This is a confirmation, because this card right here says the North Node, destined to have. There's something about you stepping, like it's your destiny to have everything you want. That's what I want to say. It's your destiny to have everything you want, and it's coming in 2024, because that's what this reading is about. And the new energetic shifts are bringing in this, like, you're going to be able to see those 3D changes, because it's happening in the energetic realm, right? When an energy shifts, it brings change to the 3D, which is why that's how beliefs work, that's how manifestation works. So I feel like that's how it's going to happen for you as well, pile number 1. Follow your North Star and follow your joy to find your purpose. Okay, that's what I heard. That's what they told me to tell you. Don't fight this person back. Be as peaceful and as calm as you can be, because I feel like this person is trying to get you in a very disturbed energy where you're not able to focus on anything. And that's what they want. They want you to be disturbed. Like, they want you in chaos. They don't want you at peace. So the goal is not to fight with you, whatever they're fighting with you about. The goal is to just bring you out of peace. And it's like you take your power back by remaining calm. And I know that's hard, because this person is probably saying very bad things to you, especially if this is a fight, a verbal fight is what I'm seeing for some of you. Then they are going to try to kind of, you know, sink their claws in and be like, oh, look, you're bleeding. Oh, look, like that's what they like. They like to see you bleed. So don't give them the satisfaction, and kind of just, you know, like throw their energy back at them. Don't take it. Throw their energy back at them and be like, oh, this is what you do. I don't do that. I don't speak like that with people. This is what you do. It shows your character, not mine. The way you speak speaks volumes about you, not me. And kind of take your power back. You might try saying these things and just take your power back. In fact, you don't even have to say them verbally. If this person is going to, you know, harm you in a bad way, and this person has some sort of a power, if this is a parent, for example, then you don't have to say this out loud, but you can say this in your mind and kind of throw the energy back to them. It's like every time they try to send you any bad energy and you feel it, and you're going to feel it, I'm sure you do, just tell yourself, I give this energy back to you. I give this energy back to you. I don't take it within me. I refuse to take this energy within me. Okay. Yeah, you would benefit from doing an energy protection ritual, but I feel like it's not going to work if in the moment you're taking the energy. So in the moment it's happening, just kind of put it back, give it back, just throw it back at them. Okay, this was it, pile number 1. I hope you liked this reading. I hope you got some clarity about what energetic shifts and how it's going to affect you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on mystique.tarot28@gmail.com. It's going to be in the description, so it's easy for you to access. I take the time to thank all of the dear cards, all of the dear decks. I take the time to thank you, your higher self, your spirit guides, for being here, allowing me to channel for you, allowing me the honor to read the cards for you. I'm wishing you all of the very best, my dear loves. Please remember that you're going to get everything you want because you deserve it. Period. And hopefully I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose group number 2, you chose this beautiful card called the Star-Born. What I'm immediately feeling for you is that you guys have already stepped into your spiritual awakening or your spiritual journey. Like, you guys have been initiated in some way spiritually. So I feel like a lot of you are already extremely spiritual. You could be capable of doing tarot readings, you know. You might not watch a lot of future spouse readings because I feel like you're not really interested in those. That is why I feel like you clicked on this reading, because you're curious about how the energy shifts of 2024 are going to affect you. I feel like there is a lot of like, I'm seeing crackling in the air. I'm seeing what is that called? I don't know what it's called, but there is this candy that when you kind of put it in your mouth, it starts to crack. It literally starts to crackle and you can feel it. Like, that's what I'm being reminded of. There's something about a potential unfolding. There's something about birth. For some of you, you guys could be actually giving birth, but this is not for all of you. For most of you, it is an idea being birthed, or there's something new being birthed in your life, like a new energy, a new idea, a new prospect, a new relationship, new people, something very new, something that is unfamiliar to you. Something about like the energy cracking open for you finally. You are the Star-Born. Yeah, you are the Star-Born in some way. I feel like you could be a light worker. Let's get into your cards, pile number 2, and see what's going on here. I feel like this card is standing out for some reason. For pile number 2, please. What energetic shifts? Pile number 2. Okay. Quite concise. There's something about your energy being very clear. You know, I feel like I'm able to channel for you clearly. I don't know if you guys have been with me for a long time, but sometimes I'll read for someone and it's hard to get into their energy because they don't want me to know, or you know, they can feel something unfamiliar kind of poking in their energy, and in that case I always kind of respect and kind of move back if that is the case. But for you guys, I'm feeling that the cards are going to be very clear, and I'm going to be given messages like just like that. Like, it's going to be a millisecond thing. Wow, we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, look at this card. I feel like you've mastered a spiritual ability. You've mastered a spiritual ability. It could have something to do with water, the water element, the sacred water element. But there's something about you. You see how there's faces in the ocean waves in this card. There's something about you being able to be extremely connected to water. This is reminding me of that Avatar movie, the second Avatar movie, AVATAR, which is The Way of Water. I think the second one is called The Way of Water. You guys should watch that movie. Like, you're reminding me of that. And in that movie, the Eva tree that sustains life, you know, the universe energy, the source energy, the tree is in the water. So they have to go inside the water and kind of connect themselves to that tree. And I'm feeling that there's something about you connecting deeper to source by being connected to the physical elements, to the sacred physical elements. And one of them being water. I feel like water could be it for you. You could be a water sign, you don't have to be. For some of you, I feel like you guys could be air signs and not so much water. But there's something about you like holding this potential. You see how she's holding that bowl with the fish in it? But funnily enough, the fish is outside the water and not inside the water where it should be. You're being guided. You see how there's like this little small fairy wing creatures touching her hair, and there's one here with this kind of light. I feel like you're being shown the way. Like you're going to be extremely intuitively guided. Your intuition is going to be on point in 2024. Your intuition is going to be on point. I feel like you have a question and you're going to receive an answer by your intuition. It's going to be very easy. And I feel like your spirit guides are going to give you the answer. So let's say you were going to make like big decisions. You're about to make something, you know, like where should I move to? Should I purchase this house? Like it's a big decision in some way, whether it's your career or a house or anything. I feel like your intuition is going to give you the correct answer. So the first message for you that I'm getting is listen to your intuition and listen to yourself and trust yourself in this year. Wow. The next card we have is 5-6. We have the 6 of Swords. Once again, now crows are one of the most spiritual birds or spiritual animals. And this is reminding me of your ancestors. There's some information that you're going to come across, and I feel like it's being communicated to you by your ancestors. I don't know how they are going to do it, but I feel like for all of you it's going to be different, right? When we are led to something by spirit, like a sign or a synchronicity, I feel like it's different. Like universe personalizes them in some way, like the way that's the way you're going to understand. Like you're going to understand that. You're the only one who's going to understand that way. If I was to see that sign, it probably might not make very much sense to me because I'm a different person. But I feel like there's something coming to an end also, because I'm seeing a gathering of crows. And you know, when one of the crows dies, they kind of gather and just cow, 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 cow for such a long time, and they make such a ruckus. And I don't know why they do that, but I'm just getting that there could be some kind of grief. And you see how there's this bird which is the opposite, you know, it's white. And this little person on top of the bird has wings. Oh no, wait, it's the bird's wings. Oh, I thought it's the person that has wings. I feel like you're the one that's flying away, pile number 2. There's something about you flying. There's something about, it's like, you know how normally people would take some time to get from like step 1 to step 10, and let's say it takes 10 years, right? You're doing that in a year. There's something about you kind of shortcutting it. There's something about you kind of like just skipping a lot of steps because you're spiritually enlightened, because you're spiritually awakened. And there's like, okay, I know how universe works, I know how manifestation works, and okay, so this is what I actually need to do. I don't need to do what the world is telling me, that because that's not how it works. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like a lot is going to come in for you. A lot of good energy is going to come in for you through meditation. And I feel like you're attracting this to you. You're not chasing it. All of these new energetic shifts, I feel like you've wished for them, you've longed for them. But you finally realize that, okay, I need to be able to know that I deserve to receive this energy. And you're kind of, I feel like right now you're working on that. You're working on like, okay, I deserve love, I deserve good energy, I deserve good people, I deserve to feel safe, I deserve to feel connected, I deserve to feel like I'm supported. And the more you step into that kind of energy, that gratitude kind of energy, the more it's going to reflect in your external surroundings. And that's what I'm seeing. Wow, this is beautiful. Pile number 2. Wow, we have the King of Cups. Yeah, you could be a water sign. Look, this is just so beautiful. God, I'm so in love with the artwork on this deck. This one is called the Shadowscapes deck, and man, it just has my heart. You know, this is the deck. Look at that. There's something about you being able to connect very effortlessly with beings of the spiritual realm, like connecting to your spirit guides or your ancestors. Something about your past life is coming through. Like you're able to access some kind of information that would be out of reach for many people, but you're doing it. You're doing it effortlessly. And it's almost like you're developing your own energy rituals or your own ways of worshipping Source, you know, because you realize that religion is not the way. Religion is beautiful, okay? But the way it is used by humans as a weapon of mass control, by guilt and shame, and that's not the way. And you realize that if Source created something, then it is there for a reason, even if it's negative. And you realize that guilt and shame is not the way. And there's something about you freeing yourself and kind of rising from the obstacles. You see how, you know those plants in the water that, like, if your leg gets stuck in it and then another one you will get stuck to you, and then you're kind of just being pulled, and it can be hard to kind of get out of that. I feel like you're coming out of it effortlessly, and not because you're trying to like cut those off, but I feel like you're taking a different approach. You're like, okay, I see that this is an obstacle, I see that I want to leave, but is there a lesson for me in this situation? Like you're taking a higher perspective. Is there a lesson for me in this situation? What is this teaching me? And it's like, okay, I have learned the lesson. And once you learn the lesson, boom, the vine leaves your leg, right? Like the plant leaves your leg. And it's like, okay, I didn't put any effort into trying to get this plant to not be intertwined, right, with me. I put effort into learning the lesson, or trying to understand why this situation is there in my life, or why this bad thing could be happening, or why this ego death, why this death moment. And I see you, Spirit, I see you. I see why this had to happen to me. And you're accepting that. And you're like, okay, I get it. And you're taking the gift. You're taking the lesson as if it's a sacred gift. You see how he's holding the cup? And that's what you're doing. Wow. Pile number 2, I don't know who you are, but you are so cool. Because this can be so hard. Finally, you have I'm not even surprised that this comes out. This makes me so happy. 4 of Wands, this is the card of victory. This is the card of like family, celebration. I just heard, girl, you're rocking it. Is there someone that talks like that here? Girl, you're rocking it. Girl, you're on top of your game. That's what I'm hearing. I don't usually speak like that, but I just heard that. So maybe one of your friends speak to you like that. But I'm getting, wow, this card is just so pretty. This is the kind of energy you're stepping into. Pile number 111 as I say that, and 111 in your reading. Wow. Definitely, this is, you can take this as 100% confirmation. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, this is happening. 4 of Wands is happening for you. I feel like you're stepping into joy. You're stepping into the kind of joy that is untainted, that nobody is going to be able to take away from you. You're stepping into this new energy with so much excitement, and finally it's like you're allowing yourself to be happy. And maybe in your past, you didn't allow yourself to be happy, and you didn't realize that, okay, I need to give myself the permission to be happy, because I don't need external, because I could be sitting here all day and telling you that you should love yourself, that you deserve to be happy. But if you don't give yourself the permission to be happy, you're not going to be happy. And I feel like finally you've realized that, oh, I see now. I see that I am the source of the mirroring, right? Like whatever you're seeing outside, it's showing you who you are. And you're like, okay, I see it now. I see it. I see why this is being reflected to me. It's because there's something in me that needs to be healed. Okay, I get it. And it's like, okay, cool. I can do all of this work. And I feel like you already did a lot of the work. Like, you're highly spiritual, so you're probably familiar with shadow work. You're probably familiar with all of these terms. I don't know what is happening to the lighting, you guys. You're taking your time to... There's something about you, whoosh, there is a knight energy, 𝑘𝑛𝑖𝑔ℎ𝑡. Like, you know how the knights in the suits, they have this like move forward kind of energy. There's something about you whooshing into 2024. That's so nice. I like that. I feel like this year, if 2023 was not like a year where you were happy or you were content or you were satisfied or something bad happened to you, I feel like you're whooshing happily into the new year, because you've learned all your karmic lessons. You've learned all of, like, you've left all of that baggage behind and you've mastered. Like, I feel like you're at the end of the journey. Now, I'm getting this a lot, but it's a different kind of journey for each, right? Like, each soul is here to experience something specific. And for you guys, I'm getting that you guys are definitely stepping into this unknown 2024 and with full trust, with full devotion. And that is why you're bringing in a lot of love. You're bringing in a lot of good energy to you. You're attracting it to you. You're not chasing it. You're attracting it. So what could be the main themes for pile number 2 in 2024? For pile number 2 in 2024. Okay, lots of cards. We have what did I say? We have water. This is the first card that comes out. Water. Sensitivity, emotion, intuition, compassion. Yes. Your intuition is going to be so accurate this year, 2024. Your intuition is going to be so accurate. You are such a divine, like, this is giving me like a high priestess kind of vibe. If you are a man watching this, I feel like you're connecting to your emotions, and I feel like that was a huge journey, or maybe that was a huge hurdle for you, is to connect to your emotions in a world where people expect you to be emotionless. You know, like if you're going to work, you're expected to be like a robot. You know, you're not supposed to have any emotions. You're supposed to get your work done. And it's almost like you're learning to balance. You're learning to balance and listen to yourself. You're learning to not dishonor yourself and also work and be in the world at the same time. It's like you're in the world but not of the world. Wow. So we have the water. Then we have opposition, imbalance, a point of, I just said balance. You're bringing balance. Yeah, opposition, a point of tension and a power struggle. If you were in a power struggle with someone or some person, I feel like it's going to dissolve and the situation will be brought back to balance. And I feel like because you're shifting your energy, that is why this is happening. That is why this is happening. This opposition energy is kind of leaving. I don't feel like this is coming in. I feel like this is already there, and I feel like it's leaving. It's either going to leave or stay, but it all depends on your energy and how you deal with it. But I feel like you're so spiritually awakened that it might not be that hard for you. Wow. Wow. We have the Libra. you guys, what did I say? Your life is coming into balance. Your life is coming into balance. We literally have the Libra card. Consideration, fairness, and harmony. If you guys are stuck in a court case or something, like legal matters, I feel like it's going to work out in your favor. For those of you that are stuck in legal matters, in 2024, it's going to work out in your favor. But in 2023, it might feel like, oh, this is not going anywhere, you know, I'm going to lose this. Like, don't lose hope, because in 2023, things are meant to kind of go wrong because we have the opposition, right? So maybe something will go wrong in December or in 2023, and for something to go right. Like, something is going wrong for something to go right in the future, if that makes sense. It's like, let's say that this is a car, right? This is a car and this is the path, and you're sitting in it and you're going and you're like, okay, I'm going to go this way, but this is the path for you, not that. And Spirit is kind of picking you up and being like, let's put you here, right? Spirit picks you up and puts you here, and there's this feeling of like disorientation, like it's jarring, right? To be just like what happened? Oh my God, like where am I? What is this path? I don't know what is going on in here, but this is the path for you. So it might feel like, oh, something went wrong because it changed, right? But it's supposed to happen that way. So in your perception, it's going to feel like, oh, something went wrong, when actuality, that's what's supposed to happen. So if you feel like, oh, something is going wrong right now, you know, when you're watching this reading, like, oh, I'm, you know, like, this is not working for me, you know, why is this happening to me? Like, why is this person doing this to me? It's supposed to go that way for things to go right. What did I say? Look at this. Look at this. Consideration, fairness, and harmony. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. You have two cards literally. Of all the cards that could possibly come out in this deck, you got harmony, balance twice. Angelic support. You're supported. You're supported, pile number 2. God, I'm really excited to see this card for you. But let me just talk about this card. The trine is one of the best aspects. Okay, best astrological aspects. It's at 120 degrees. Okay, it's one of the best aspects because the energies will kind of just flow and blend, right? And I feel like your desires, and this is you. This is your desires, this is you. Like, it's a blend like this, right? Like, effortless. You're not going to work for it. You're not going to work for the court case, you know, to win or something. I feel like maybe in the end, maybe in 2024, maybe in the end, the judge will be able to see that you're not lying or that you're telling the truth, and they will be able to see that the other person is the one who's playing the game, and they'll be able to see that the opposite is the problem and not you, and they'll rule in your favor or something. For those of you that don't have a court case, things are going to work in your favor. Odds are in your favor. The scales are shifting in your favor, and you are supported through it. Wow. We have Cancer. Nurture, comfort, and protection. Nurture yourself. I feel like this is the last message Spirit wants to give you. Listen, you're supported, you're taken care of. Okay, Spirit is taking care of everything. You don't need to worry about anything. Right now, it's going to feel like things are going to feel disorienting. Things are going to feel jarring. Like something is going wrong. Like, okay, your life is never going to get better. Don't fall into that pit of despair. Don't fall into that pit of hopelessness. Okay, keep yourself above it. Keep yourself above it. Things are going to go in your way. Just trust that. You don't have to believe it. You have to know it. Just trust it's going to work out, because this is a confirmation. The fact that these two cards come out together, side by side, it's not a coincidence, you guys, right? And you have the Four of Wands, and you have the King of Cups. This is not a coincidence. This is proof. This is evidence that things are going to work out. Nurture yourself. Focus on nurturing yourself. That's it. Like, focus on loving yourself and nurturing yourself and being gentle and kind to yourself throughout this period. if you guys are involved in some kind of like a legal matter or something that is disturbing to you, focus on yourself, focus on nurturing yourself through that situation and through leaving that situation. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for you, my dear loves. Wow, I don't know who you are, but I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. I feel like this is a pivotal this is a pivotal time in your whole life, and I was able to, like, you gave me the honor to read for you. Like, this is a pivotal time in your lifetime, right? This is an important moment that you look back in history. In retrospect, you're going to look back at this like, okay, this is what was happening in my life and this is what I did. Like, I changed how I dealt with it, I changed how I saw that situation, and this is what happened, and I'm now living like a completely different life. And I feel like this is like a significant time. Wow, this is beautiful. I will end your reading here, my dear pile number 2s. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can email me on �mystique_tarot28@gmail.com. It's going to be in the description, so make sure you check it out if you want to book a personal reading. I'm going to take the time to thank all of the beautiful cards and the beautiful deck. Thank you so much for giving me all of the messages. For my dear pile number 2, I thank you, your higher self, your spirit guides, angel beings, ancestors, and everyone who was here to help me channel for you. I wish you all of the very best. May you bring this energy in with love and grace, and I'm wishing you love and light, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear pile number 3s. If you chose this card is called the Temple, and I'm being reminded of Albrecht Dürer's praying hands, or folded hands, is it called? I'm being reminded of that. But I feel like in 2024 you're going to be grateful. You're going to be grateful for a lot of things, and I don't mean that you're trying to manifest something by being grateful. I genuinely feel that there's going to be so many miracles and so many great things happening that there's so much proof and there's so much evidence that spirit is with you, that your spirit guides are supporting you, that you're no longer going to be able to turn a blind eye to that and be like, okay, I feel so grateful that my life is going so well. I feel so grateful that I'm abundant. I feel so grateful that I'm safe, that I'm supported. That's how you're feeling. That's how you're feeling. And we got 2 cards for you. I didn't know this had come out, but we got 2 cards for you. This one is called the Pilgrim. How not a coincidence. How nice of the Pilgrim and the Temple coming out. It's like the Pilgrim is the person who goes on a pilgrimage, and a pilgrimage is a sacred journey to like a temple or a place of worship or a consecrated space, right? I just heard Kedarnath Yatra. Kedarnath is one of the places in India where a lot of people, like all over the world, but especially in India, they will go to Kedarnath because it's known to be a place of sacred energy. So a lot of people go there on foot. And I think it's like a hike or a trek. I've never been, so I don't know much about it. And you have a lot of X's as well. I'm seeing them as X. I just feel like there's something like cross. There's something you're saying no to in life, like cross. Like this energy is no longer allowed. This person is no longer allowed. This thing is no longer allowed in my life. That's what I'm feeling with the Pilgrim here. You're the pilgrim going to the temple. Wow. I mean, these 2 cards are just telling me the whole story, but we're going to get into... Oh, I see. Oh. It's like you are your own focus in 2024, but in 2024, it's like your spiritual journey is your focus, because you realize that, okay, thought creates reality. So it's not actually about the 3D that I need to focus on. I need to focus on thought, right? I need to focus on what I feel, because that is what I'm going to manifest. And you realize that, okay, there are deeper layers to the physical reality that you didn't know existed. And I feel like in 2024, you're sinking in these deeper layers, deeper energetic layers, and trying to understand that, right? Like I'm almost being shown like the surface of the earth, right? The topmost part, the soil, and then there are different layers to the soil, right? And under the, like the base plate, it's called the tectonic plate. The tectonic plate is the plate that holds a continent, right? Like we have like different countries that are divided on the surface, right? But the whole, like let's say for example, Asia is a continent. So the whole Asia is on a tectonic plate, one tectonic plate, if I'm not mistaken. And the tectonic plates kind of holds the whole like earth, the part that is on top of the surface above the ocean. And I'm just feeling something about that. Like there's something about you having a strong foundation. Why did I start talking about tectonic plate, Spirit? What was the message in that? The Spirit just make me talk about things and then not tell me. I don't know. Maybe you'll understand something from that. I don't know. I just heard the word guru. Shikshak. I'm hearing shikshak and guru. Shikshak means teacher, I think. But I just heard shikshak. I'm not sure what it means, but that's the word I heard. In 2024, you could literally take a journey to a consecrated space that changes your life, or to a place that is calling your name, or that is calling you to it, right? In a sacred spiritual way, right? And it's different for all of you. For some of you, it could be Kedarnath, but that's not what I'm getting for all of you. For some of you that are not in India, or you're somewhere else, like you're going to some kind of a sacred place, like maybe you're going trekking to the Himalayas and you don't know what you're in for, right? But the Himalayan mountains, the Himalayan mountain range is sacred, right? And I'm also, there's something about you going on this journey, but I'm not being shown everything, so like I'm stuttering when I speak, because every time I try to get in the energy and try to get some more information, Spirit is like block. So maybe you're not meant to know, that is why I'm not being shown it. But let's see what that tarot cards have to say, right? What energetic shifts in 2024, please? Energetic shifts in 2024, please. Okay. Oh, you have a lot of cards. Let's see. We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. If you were in your house this year, or you spent your time mostly in your house, or mostly in your hometown, or wherever you live, I feel like it's going to shift, it's going to change. Your next card is the Queen of Swords. I hope you guys can see. Is the sunlight too? Yeah, now you'll be able to see. This is the Queen of Swords. Wow. Wow. I feel like when you go on this journey, for some of you it might not be a physical journey that you're taking on geographically. It could just be that you're going on an inner journey inside yourself, and you are the temple. Like your soul is the temple and you are the pilgrim, and it's like you're journeying within yourself. It's an inner sojourn, it's not an external journey per se. So I'm getting that you are going to come across a beautiful clarity or a beautiful awakening. There's something about you awakening to a truth that was already there, but maybe you were disconnected from it. Maybe you wake up, it's like that experience of being enlightened, or like waking up suddenly and suddenly realizing something, and then you realize that, oh, wait a second, everything really is connected in this universe. And I can sit here and channel somebody else's energy who's literally continents away, you know? And it's like there's something about you realizing a truth, a universal truth like that. Like, everything is connected. Energy cannot be destroyed or created. That's a universal truth. Like, there's something about you stumbling upon a universal truth, and it's going to make you so happy. Like, I'm seeing you cry. I'm seeing this scene in one of the Bollywood movies. I think, I don't know the name, but I think it's called 𝓲𝓫𝓿𝓮 𝓚𝓠𝑒-𝑑𝑜𝑏𝑎𝑟𝑎. And basically, it's this scene where one of the characters, played by the actor 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝑒 𝓨, he goes scuba diving the first time in his whole life. Okay, he's such a workaholic. His ex-girlfriend leaves him because he's such a workaholic. Okay, I'm not going to go into details, so don't worry. But he goes scuba diving the first time, and it's so quiet, so peaceful under the water. And you know, scuba diving, so your whole body is inside the water, and water is one of the sacred elements. It cleanses, it heals. Water is one of the most beautiful sacred elements. All of them are beautiful, but water is really so beautiful. And he experiences that oh my god, I cannot believe that such peace even existed. And when he comes out, when they come back on the boat and they sit, he starts to cry because he didn't realize, like, it's hard to even verbalize that experience. I'm not saying that you have to go scuba diving, but like, that's what I'm feeling is happening to you. That you're going to come across some kind of a truth, or you're going to experience something, or have some kind of an experience where it's going to make you cry, but in a good way, you know, not out of sadness, but in a good way. Then we have the Four of Cups. I feel like this is just another confirmation. This deck is so nice. You see how this mermaid is on top of the rock, not in the water. And it's almost like you can see things objectively now. You can see things. You can see why you lost something. If something bad happened to you, or you lost something or someone, you can see why you had to lose that person. Why you had to lose that thing, why you had to lose that job, why you had to lose that opportunity. You see it now. Like, you'll be able to see, like, oh, things had to happen this way. All this time I was thinking that something is going wrong, but really things were going wrong for things to fall into place. Like, things were falling apart for things to fall into place. That's what I'm getting. Oh my god. Wow, you have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, definitely this is a huge confirmation. Definitely you are stumbling upon this truth. And I feel like this is universe communicating with you. And if you are not a spiritual person, okay, and you don't connect to spirit guides, or you cannot read tarot or anything like that, I feel like it's going to be so obvious that you're not going to be able to dismiss it and say that, oh, it's just a coincidence, you know. It's going to be so hugely profound that you're not going to be able to ignore it and say, oh, you know, it's a coincidence. You're going to know in that moment itself, oh, this is spirit. This is the universe trying to communicate with me because I am a part of it. I'm not separate from it, right? Human beings have this tendency of talking about the universe as if it's outside, like in space. But they forget that Earth is the part of the universe. So you are part of the universe. You are not separate from the universe. And a lot of us walk around in our lives not realizing that, right? Like, it's so obvious, but we don't realize it. And I feel like you are stumbling across a truth like that. I'm not being shown what that truth is, but this is so beautiful. There's a beautiful clarity coming in. Five of Wands. We have the Fool. Wow. The Fool. Again, you have new journey. Wow, you're going somewhere. You're going somewhere. If it's not physically, you're definitely going somewhere. you could be traveling in this new year. Like, you could suddenly, impulsively, intuitively feel that, oh, I need to travel to this place, and next thing you know, you've already booked the tickets. I just heard airline tickets. This Five of Wands card, okay, this card fell out when I was preparing like the decks, and I asked, you know, I intuitively pick the decks, so I don't pick the decks myself, and I asked like what decks want to communicate today, and this is the deck that called to me. And I was just thinking like, okay, this artwork on this deck, as you can see, it's not similar to the original tarot deck, which is the Rider-Waite tarot deck. I don't know if I should call it original, but then I was like, okay, you know, this tarot deck is designed by the artist. I should remain true to what I see in the art, right? I should pick up messages intuitively, even if the imagery is not the same as the Rider-Waite deck. It's wrong to compare every tarot deck to another tarot deck, right? The Rider-Waite one. And I was like, I'm not going to care so much about the meanings. I'm just going to pick up intuitive and divine information based on the artwork that I see. And this is the very card that fell out, okay? It just fell out. And I was reminded that, okay, Five of Wands talks about fights. Five of Wands talks about conflicts, and I was like, that's not what I'm feeling from this card. That's not the vibe. This card just feels so like, the first thing that I thought at that time was that, oh, this like, you're conquering something, you're coming out on top, okay? There's something about you, 1 2 3 4, going up to the 10th floor, right? You're going up somewhere. You're going up in some way, in your career, in your love life. I don't know what exactly it is, but you're going up, right? Like, you're progressing. That's what I feel from this card. And this card talks about, again, Five of Wands. If you're familiar with tarot, this does talk about conflicts, but that is not what I'm feeling at all. With the Fool coming out, I do feel that definitely the red string of fate is tied across her waist, at least that's what I'm seeing. I feel like this journey is going to be able to free you. Like, this experience is going to free you from the clutches of what people expect to be normal, or what people expect. Like, you're going to realize, oh, we live in such a state of disconnection, and I didn't realize that this is what I was missing, that all I needed to do was meditate. Like, you're stumbling upon a gem, literal gem of a truth, and you're going to be so happy. You're going to feel so fulfilled. It's like it's like you've pulled apart the matrix, right? Like, you've pulled apart some kind of thing that was trying to control you, and now excuse me and now you realize that and now you're realizing that, okay, I know why makeup companies want to convince you that you're not beautiful. It's because so you can keep on buying their products. And there's something about you stepping out into the unknown, but with full trust. It's like you're literally like this. Your energy is like this. Like, you open your arms and you're not scared of anything, and you're stepping into 2024. Wow. Look at that. We have the Five of Cups. You guys could be attracted to pile number 1. If you were, you can choose to watch it. If you were not, that's completely okay. Okay? You could definitely be someone who's connected to water. There's something about water. It was, you know, it's spirit always shows very specific things in reading. So if I saw that scene specifically from the movie ज़िंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा, and he was going scuba diving, he was inside the water, and now you literally have the Five of Cups, which is so much water in this card. Look, there's something about water. Maybe water is the way you realize. Maybe there's this movie called Avatar, it's the second part of Avatar, AVATAR, and I think the second part is called The Way of Water. So you guys want to go check that movie out. Go and watch that movie if you can. But let me pull some more cards for you and see what area of your life is being affected, or any guidance, anything spirit wants to say. This is the astrology deck, but I took this deck for 2024 just to see like what would be the main themes and what's happening, because this is we are looking at energetic shifts. So I want to see what exactly is being affected. Now we got a gist of it from your tarot, but let's see. Lots of cards for you as well. So we have what? Oh my god. We have water. Wow. Yeah. We have Aquarius. We have North Node. We have Libra. And finally we have Virgo. I'm going to place that like this because I just feel like there's no space. Let me put it here. I feel like it's your destiny. Now, North Node talks a lot about your destiny in this life. Like, North Node is something that is inevitably happening, right? Like, you're going to get it. And that is why the word destiny is associated with North Node. So I'm getting that you are definitely, like, you're destined to have this journey in some way. Like, you don't even have to go looking for it. You don't have to go looking, like, you don't have to make plans for traveling or whatever after you listen to this reading. Because this is going to come to you. This is going to come to you. And we have 3 zodiac signs, Virgo, Libra, and Aquarius. So I feel like with the Virgo and Aquarius, there's something about you giving back. There's something about you, maybe this experience open your eyes in such a way that you feel like, okay, you have to share it, and then you go and speak on a platform. You're given the opportunity, or there's something about, I'm just giving a hypothetical example, like there's something about you sharing this spiritual nugget of information, like this divine information with people, and being like, oh my god, we don't know this, right? Like the general public doesn't know. If they know, they would be free. Kind of like how people make content on manifestation, because like we don't know, right? Normal people don't know. So unless we try to know, we're not going to know the secrets of the universe. And there's something about you wanting to give back to people, wanting to give back this energy to people, and be like, it's like you're so full of love that you cannot contain it. Okay, have you read the book Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche? There's, in the beginning of the book, I think it's Zarathustra who is, if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, I'm butchering the name, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm not Russian. But he, in the book, in the first 2-3 pages, I remember, he talks about coming down from the mountain that he was on. Okay, and then he meets someone and he's like, why are you coming down? Like, the world is not a good place, you know, go back and live alone. And he's like, no, but I'm so full of love. And he says this, I'm so full of love that what am I going to do by being there on top of the mountain? And he chooses to kind of give it to people, and that is why he comes down. And then you see him meet like different people, and there's different sections of the book where he's meeting different kinds of people. He's meeting like shoe polishers, and I don't remember because I read it like quite some time ago, but I remember that clearly, like that man telling him, okay, you need to go back, you know, you need to go back. And it's like, and he's like staying there, and he's like, no, I have to give this knowledge to the world, you know, I have to give this love to the world. Like, what am I going to do? He's also the person who said this famously, the human is a tightrope between man and Superman. And I feel like Superman just means, or Übermensch, I think is the word in Russian. I don't know, so please do not come for me. Like I said, I read it a long time ago, but it's one of the most spiritual books that I read. I was surprised that Nietzsche is in the philosophy category, right? Because it felt so spiritual to me. And I was like, why is this not in the spirituality category? Like, this should be this should be for meditators. Like, why is this in the philosophy category? And I remember he said, the man represents the animal part of humans, right? We are mammals, so it represents the animal part of us, where like to survive we can kill, murder, and this and that. Like, it represents the part of humanity that is kind of degenerate or very much trapped in a reptilian primitive kind of brain, way of thinking, way of living, adaptive mechanisms, where to survive we will do anything. So it represents like those people, and those, like the man part, like those parts of humans. But the Superman, or the Ubermensch, if that is what is called, represents the part of humans that is elevated or enlightened, like Buddha and like spiritual masters that have come into this life, like Jesus, right? And it's like you are a tightrope, like you have a choice. You can go this way or this way. Where are you going to go? And I feel like you specifically, pile number 3, you are going this way. You are going this way. I heard this quote from one of the Indian mystics called Sadhguru, and he said this one thing. I'm going to say that and close your reading. He said, it's not about being a superhuman. It's about realizing that being human is super. That's what I'm being reminded of. And that is what is happening to you, pile number 3. I don't know who you are. Oh my God. You seem like such an amazing soul. I would have loved to be your friend if I knew you in person. Wow, this is so amazing. Because, you know, when you have someone who's also like on a spiritual journey like you, it helps to kind of, because if you talk about your journey with normal people, they're just going to think you're crazy. Like, how could you not have your job as like the first priority in life? And I'm like, that's not the first priority, right? Like, my inner journey, my shadow work, that's my first priority. Healing wounds, because that's what I'm here for. Like, giving to people in some way, that's what I'm here for. And they don't understand when you say, okay, I don't want to get a job, or you know, I don't want to go to school, or I don't want to do what you're supposed to be doing, what they tell you you should do, and what they tell you should be your priorities. And it's nice to, like, it would have been nice to have someone like you as a friend, because I feel like you would have understood me, and because you understand spiritual journey, and you understand like where you're trying to go, because you know that most people will probably just stay in this zone, right? In the animal part of humans, they will stay in this zone. They will not elevate. They will not take the jump, because why do that, right? It's comfortable here. Why do that, right? Anyway, but there are some of us who are trying to go there, I suppose. It was amazing to know you, my dear pile number 3. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on the email address that's going to be in the description. It's mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. And I would like to take the time to thank all of the dear cards, the dear decks. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel for my dearest pile number 3. It was such an honor. It was such a privilege to do this reading. I love you so much. I love your energy. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely week. Bye.